Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Invisible Fight, and this is from writer-director Rainer Sarnet, starring Ursel Tilk as a guard on the USSR and Chinese border that winds up surviving an attack of these three really cool Chinese guys with Kung Fu and love Black Sabbath. And he's like, I need to become a monk too and hone in on my own Kung Fu skills. And this wild, crazy movie, like, Rainer Sarnet has a very unique idea here and really runs with it. He completely commits. This is a wild ride. It's an hour and 55 minutes. It's long. It feels long. There's definitely things in here that didn't need to be here. It just definitely overstretches itself in terms of subplots and ideas, and even some of those ideas that on paper work are a little overstretched, or maybe spend a little too much time on it when we didn't really need to. But there's so many scenes in this film that capture this wild tone and energy and atmosphere that is so idiosyncratic. And I wish that this film was able to keep that consistently through this film, because Sarnet found something special there. You do have scenes where you kind of lose that, and it feels a little too mundane, a little too uninteresting compared to all this wild personality in these other sequences. It's uneven tonally, and that's probably its biggest sin. But you feel for our protagonist here, Raphael. He is an interesting character, and Tilk gives a great performance. We feel his journey of, wow, I need to find enlightenment. I need to go on this journey, and it's one of those kinds of things where he is such a fun and endearing character that we're on board for all the wild and crazy things that he does. Whether it's fighting people on the road with car parts with Kung Fu, or getting in tension with fellow monks because they're all fighting for their own, like, their sensei's attention. It's crazy, wild Kung Fu moments, plenty of Black Sabbath along the way. There's just a sense of cool about a lot of these things, and it brings in these Kung Fu film aspects and aesthetics and action and leans on them when it needs to. You have a bit of love story here as well, and I think it's solid because, you know what, the chemistry between Tilk and Esther Kutu, I think it really works. You have these elements here that do work. It dabbles in faith. He wants to become a monk. There's a lot of monks in this. They're dealing with their faith and their commitment and trying to reach enlightenment. And all these elements bring something to the table. It's just a bit murky in execution. This has so much great potential, and there's so many great things about it. It's held back from being overly stuffed and too muddled. But in the end, it's still a fun and engaging film that, honestly, if it's a little boring for a couple minutes and we get back to the crazy fun stuff that happens next, I could sit through that and still enjoy this on some level. But those are my thoughts on The Invisible Fight. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.